One of the staples of TF2 absolutely has to be the crates. Unboxing crates has been a huge part of TF2 for years, with every update bringing a new crate or two to open up and try and get some of the new items that people will go crazy over for a couple of weeks and then stop caring about. But you always have that tiny chance to try and unbox the elusive unusual hat from that crate. But is unboxing to try and get an unusual actually worth it? Well, that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. This video is also sponsored by quicksell.store. They are an online trading website with a huge inventory of stuff that you can trade for, which is really nice. And sometimes you can even buy stuff in that site for around buy orders, which is quite rare and you don't normally get to do that. There is also a giveaways tab where every single week they give away an unusual, so definitely make sure you check that out. And the site is fully automatic, so you don't have to be trading with actual people, and you can trade at pretty much any time of the day that you would like to. The link will be in the description. Definitely go and check them out. They are a really awesome site. I've used them before in the past. Definitely recommended. So I did some looking into it. I think the highest number crate was the 103rd series of the Manco crate, and that came out in July of 2016. And then the series of crates was actually replaced with update specific cases, which I didn't mind that much. I actually quite liked the update specific cases, but it's kind of weird that they just stopped at 103. It's a bit of a random number to just stop at. And there's still some weapons that aren't actually strange, so maybe if you brought it back for like 2 more series, you could stop at 105, every single weapon would be strange, and it makes way more sense. You lot should hire me, I'm an idea man. Except if you read my YouTube comments, don't do that. I do find it kind of crazy that the last actual series number crate was released into the game over 4 years ago, but that still means that over 100 crates exist in this game that you can unbox and try and get an unusual from. Another thing I think is quite crazy is that crates are actually banned in some places as well. You literally can't open them if you live in certain countries. I think Belgium and also the Netherlands have had bans on these types of loot boxes in games, so you're not actually allowed to open them if you live in those countries. So I think if you're from one of those countries and you're watching this video, the answer for you unfortunately is no. Crates aren't worth it because you literally can't open them. You're not missing out. So obviously, if you are somebody who can actually open crates, the thing you probably want out of the crate is an unusual, right? I think it's safe to say that that is what everyone is aiming for, unless you're opening a crate specifically to try and get a certain strange, which is dumb. Why would you do that? However, as much as you might want an unusual, the chance of actually getting one is less than 1%. But for the sake of this video, and for doing some maths or whatever later, let's just say that the chance of getting an unusual is 1% exactly, even though it's not. That isn't a huge chance to actually get an unusual, and you'd be lucky to get one on the first try, or really, even at all. I think at least you could take solace in the fact that getting an unusual isn't as rare as finding a shiny Pokemon, which is quite cool. I think I'd prefer the unusual because I can sell that for real money, but a shiny Pokemon, still not bad. Okay, so let's do some maths really quick. Say you had to open 100 crates to get one unusual, and a key right now costs like $2.50, so that's $250 spent to open 100 crates. I'm also completely ignoring the fact that you'd probably have to spend about $30 on crates because they all cost 3 cents each, and yeah, I'm just ignoring that for now. $250 to open 100 crates. And for example, if we take the newest summer 2020 crate, I want to just quickly show you how much all of those items in that crate actually cost. Now, granted, the prices you're seeing on the screen right now are in Great British pounds because I live in Britain, this is the currency I use, and that is what my Steam is set to. But the keys here cost £2, so that's the only number that really is going to matter. These are also Steam Community Market prices because for some reason Backpack.tf doesn't seem to think that this crate exists. I literally can't find anything on there. But if you're looking at the screen right now, you might be able to see that there are only actually 9 items you can get out of a possible 44 items that exist in this crate, counting strange variants of all the hats and stuff like that, which will actually make you profit. That doesn't sound like amazing odds to me, especially since 6 of those items are the reds and their strange counterparts. Now the odds of getting those are also ridiculously low, which is why they cost quite a lot more. In fact, sometimes it feels like it's harder to get a strange red than it is to actually get an unusual from the crates. Don't know if that's true. Could have just made that up. We're rolling with it. So basically, most of the time, if you're not getting one of these reds or the strange reds or anything like that, or you're not getting an unusual, you're losing money. So no, it's not worth it if you're not getting an unusual in that 100 crates. Now, obviously, you're not going to know if you get an unusual in those 100 crates until you open them. So at that point, you've lost the money already. I don't know if it's the fact that I haven't slept yet, but opening 100 crates just to test how many unusuals I get, it's starting to sound like an idea that I'd be into, even though I absolutely do not want to do that. Oh god. Now, I would have loved to come into this video and tell you the average price for all of the unusuals in the case, but again, backpack.tf doesn't seem to think this crate exists, so I can't find any classified listings, I can't find any price checks on anything, I can't find anything on that site for these new summer crates. And then when I checked the Steam community market, people are hyper inflating their hats, even though they're never going to sell for those prices that they're listing, ever. Someone's trying to sell a nuts and bolts bread crab for $1,000. Sorry, nobody's buying a nuts and bolts hat for $1,000. So because of all of that, I can't actually break down the average price of all the summer 2020 unusuals. I would love to do that for you so I can show you how it adds up in terms of what you would be spending, but I can't. What I do know is that there are more unusuals that exist that cost less than $250 than there are unusuals that exist that cost more than $250. So on the tiny chance that you do get an unusual, the chance that it's a lower tier unusual or like a cheaper unusual is way higher than it would be if you were getting a more expensive unusual or a higher tier unusual. Now all of that made sense in my head. I just need to listen to it back and make sure it actually does make sense. Yeah, I think it makes sense. So there is a chance that you could be spending $250 on an unusual that costs maybe like 20, 30, something like that, which would be, I'd be annoyed. There is even a chance that you might not actually get an unusual from the 100 crates. So you would have spent $250 on a really low chance to make any of your money back from any of the crates whatsoever. And obviously, you might be one of those people who are ridiculously lucky and you can open 10 crates, get 3 unusuals. It doesn't make any sense and I'm annoyed about it. And yeah, if you do that, then you're probably making your money back. Honestly, I didn't mean to sound as angry as I probably sounded then. I really don't care. I think I need to point out that obviously Valve and any other company that does loot boxes designs them like this so they can make the most money possible. It's gambling, 100%, but it's easy money for these companies. If you just give somebody a chance to get a slightly better shiny item, people will go nuts for that stuff. And these people will spend a lot of money on crates with the tiny chance that they could get something worth more than what they spend, and most times that person will spend a whole bunch of money and get nothing in return. I mean, they're not making money from TF2 from updates, so, you know, it has to come from somewhere, right? Now, obviously, I'm not telling you to not unbox anything, right? But if you are going to unbox, make sure it's money that you're not really expecting to get back. And I'd recommend only really opening up to like 10 keys at a time. That way, the loss isn't as big as it could be. And if you get something good in those 10 crates, you might actually make a decent amount of money. But if you get something good in your first 10 crates, then open 90 more and get nothing, you would have lost quite a lot by the end of it, you know? In conclusion, writing those 2 words made me feel like I was back at school again. Either way, is unboxing worth it? No, absolutely not. It can be enjoyable to do, don't get me wrong, and the chance of actually unboxing something really cool is an exciting idea, but at the end of the day, it's a game that is designed to work against you. Sometimes that system can work for you, but most of the time, it's working against you. I personally enjoy unboxing new crates when they come out, but I don't regularly spend money opening random crates that I feel like opening, which I think is a decent way to go about things. And I feel like if you are going to be opening crates, please just make sure you're doing it responsibly. You're not spending money that you don't want to lose, and you know that if you are spending money in the game, that you're probably most likely never going to see that money again. Anyway, that is going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you leave this video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'd really appreciate it. We're literally on the final straight to 100,000 subscribers, which is wild. Also, make sure you go down in the description right now and check out quicksell.store. If you don't want to unbox anything, there's a cool place you could trade and get some cool items there. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.